Hey guys, Rick and Duke, welcome to the very first War Hog Words of Wisdom. So really just trying to do a raw, unedited version, just kind of give you guys some pearls of wisdom. So really, if you guys are listening, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that bell for the notifications. You can follow us on both Facebook and Instagram at War HOGG Tactical. Don't forget War Dog Duco. Again, he's on Facebook and Instagram as well. The dog has 2 G's, so make sure you put the 2 G's in there, just like the hog 2 G's, so you can find us there. Anyway, guys, just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit, reference this crazy journey we've had. Of course, Duke's all burping from just having dinner. But just talk about this crazy, I guess, ride we've been on with him being diagnosed with osteosarcoma. And I figured, hey, what a better way than the first War Hog Words of Wisdom. Let's just talk about that a little bit. So really, for me, when he got diagnosed, it was an absolute gut punch. I've had Duke since 2012. Obviously, you know, some of you know, some of you don't. He was my retired military working dog, so we've been to combat together. So really, he is fully an extension of me. And to find out that he got bone cancer, man, you want to talk about a kick. That was definitely a kick. We made the decision that we were going to go ahead and get his leg amputated to add to the longevity of life. And man, that was a total emotional roller coaster ride with that. Because again, you know, your partner that you've had for all these years, you know, they're going to take a part of him. And it was just a lot to mentally process. But I tell you guys, you know, if you're ever in that situation, I don't regret it for a moment, because he's still here. To the best of my knowledge, he's cancer-free. We'll find out tomorrow. Tomorrow is his 4th round of chemo. And then in turn, they're going to do some chest x-rays just to verify there's nothing else growing in his chest cavity, which there shouldn't be, because when they amputated the leg, they also took the lymph node, and the lymph node came back clean, not having any cancer. So I don't see why it would have spread, but hopefully we get a confirmation tomorrow. You know, so really the whole process is, yeah, the initial, you know, diagnosis, the amputation. You know, chemo definitely gives him a good kick, without a doubt, man. He's nauseous for a couple days later. As you can kind of see, you know, the fur has just about grown back. You know, you can tell a little bit where there's some bald spot there, you know. Does he shed a little more? Yeah, you know, is it the weather changing? Is it the chemo? But it's not like he's completely bald, so you don't have to worry about your dog losing all his hair. And typically, you know, by the 3rd day after his round of chemo, so that Wednesday, Thursday, he's kind of back to where he was. So why do I say all that? You know, just to educate you, the viewer out there that might be considering, hey, do I do it? Do I not? You know, what's the right choice? I mean, all questions you got to ask yourself, but really for us, it was kind of a no-brainer. And to have him here today, do we have some struggles? Yeah. Does he get around as much as he does before? No. I tell you this though, old boy can run, and old boy's determined. So, and he's adapted pretty good. You'll find that he kind of pivots more in that rear leg a little more when he's trying to get around. Still sometimes has a hard time, you know, on our hardwood floors, but we try to put some extra carpets and stuff down there. We've tried some different socks and stuff like that, but the problem is they've got that sticky sole, and sometimes they'll turn. So makes things interesting, because now he winds up, versus having some traction out of that paw, you know, it's a slick sock. So it works out well for a little bit, and then just kind of rolls. I will say this, if you do wind up, you know, your dog does have osteosarcoma and you do have to get the leg amputated, the rear is definitely better than the front. They can get along, you know, better with that one rear leg. We opted to buy a different cone, or the old cone of shame, than what he was issued at the hospital. If you guys haven't seen, go back in the video. I think it was Operation Jailbreak. We get Duco out. He's got that crazy plastic cone. I'm going to tell you this. I put that, not that plastic one, but that soft one, I put that on my head just to see, all right, what's his life like? And yeah, man, that thing will take away your depth perception, you know, your sensory stuff like that. So I could see where he struggled with that a little bit. But a buddy of mine, Brian, he sent us these, they're called bento balls. And let me tell you, man, he wanted to lick and chew on those things. So we weren't super concerned with him licking his incision wound. So I would definitely add that, you know, the nice soft cone. And again, he didn't wear it all the time, because if he was with us, we'd take the cone off. It was pretty much at night, just not knowing or just wanting to prevent him from getting into any mischief. But Duke never really wanted to lick his incisions. You know, a couple times he would, but just a no or a fooey, and he'd stop that. But the bento ball definitely kept him occupied on that. So again, it's just kind of a quick, short story. You know, if you are the viewer out there who potentially has to deal with your, you know, osteosarcoma in your dog, you've got to make that choice for your lifestyle. We didn't basically just want to med him, you know, or just do pain management, because he was having some pain in that right rear leg. We just didn't want to dope him up and then just have the cancer take over. So we opted where, you know, get the leg amputated. Thank God there was no cancer in that lymph node, so that's a good sign. So hopefully his chest x-ray tomorrow after our 4th round of chemo should be clear. You know, the intent of the chemo is, hey, if there was anything malingering in there, that the chemo would knock it out. So super happy on that. But what we're going to try to do, my intent is, you know, once a week, look at some of the questions that come in, because people hit me up all the time, and trying to go, how do we share whatever information people are asking? I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, kind of what the next ones are going to lead into, but there's been kind of the same thing or same theme people have been asking. Number one, people have always been asking about Duke. And I got to tell you guys, thank you so very much for your thoughts and prayers. It means more than you know. I know some of you guys sent us stuff. I try to give you messages. I didn't do the best doing all the videos like I wanted to, between War HOGG Tactical and taking care of him and family, new grandbaby, all that stuff. It just, time kind of slips away, and I did not allocate my time properly. But you guys know who you are, and I want to thank you for that. But really, it's just, how do you educate that person? So I would say for us, the right decision was to take the leg, not to sit there and put him in a medically doped up state and let the cancer eat him up. So give him a little bit of a surviving chance. And I will tell you this, guys, these guys, they are something else. They will adapt. They will overcome. Hasn't quite mastered, you know, getting up the stairs like he once did. That takes a little bit of work or help from me. Same thing getting up on certain spots, you know, so I don't have a problem lifting him up and sticking him. You know, the couch sometimes you can get if he gets a little bit of a running start, but just from the standing point, just driving forward that one leg, he just doesn't quite have that strength built in there yet. So you got to think, we're about 2.5 months, you know, post-surgery. So actually maybe we're sitting at about 2 months, but it hasn't been that long, and he's done really well, really adaptive. And for us, it was the best decision. You know, I got my dog back. Hopefully we have him for a lot longer. But again, it's just enjoying that time with him. So I guess kind of in closing, guys, here's my thing. So on the way down here, got a text from a buddy of mine. You know, his mom recently passed away, and he made the comment, you know, we take time for granted, and 100% we do. So when you look across the board, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, the one thing we all have is time. And I would just say, be efficient with that time. You know, make those memories last with those people. I tell you, one of my big regrets from the military, I didn't take enough pictures. Man, take pictures with your friends. You know, pick up the phone, send that text, tell somebody, hey man, you're thinking about them. Really engage in those relationships, and you can kind of hear some of my other stories of other podcasts I did, why I did, and stories behind all that. But cherish the time you have. You know, maximize every single minute of the day. You know, give to people, make yourself a little better, get those incremental improvements, and really life's not that bad. You know, you might be in a down spout, something's going wrong, things aren't well. You know what? Things can always be worse. You live in the best country in the world, where you have opportunities like nobody else. And I would just say, hey, the cards might be down right now. That's all right. Pick them up, rebuild, and get moving forward. So in closing, guys, you know, for the War HOGG words of wisdom, hey man, if if you're in the position and it's suitable for you, go ahead and take their leg. Trust me, these guys can deal with it. The support network out there is huge. If you got questions on it, by all means, shoot me a note. I'll tell you what I can, what I know, and really cherish every single minute of every single day. Every day that you wake up, out of that bed, thank God that you're alive, and just go, hey, what am I going to do to make the most of this day? Harness those relationships, make yourself a little better, and just enjoy it. So, in closing, guys, from Rick and Duke to all of you out there, for all of your thoughts, all of your prayers, all of your support, I just want to say thank you so much. Duke's doing good, everything's straight, and like I said, the intent of the War HOGG Words of Wisdom, and we might change the name, I don't know, just kind of sounded good, a whole bunch of W's, is a raw, uncut video, man, of just me kind of chatting going on, and I figured, hey, what a better way than hanging out here with Duke tonight, waiting for his chemo treatment tomorrow, and say, hey, man, thank you guys, and you can tell he is all rambunctious, but thank you guys for everything, and questions on Osteosarcoma and dogs, reach out, I'll tell you what I know. So anyway, God bless you guys, God bless your family, God bless our troops, and God bless the United States of America.